Hi, my name is James. I'm a current junior computer engineering student at Stevens, and I'm participating in the Stevens Capco algorithmic trading competition. I think I can speak on behalf of my team members to say that so far the Shift competition has been both a great challenge and learning experience. My team is the only all undergrad team in this competition, but I take a couple of financial engineering classes, so every week we'll get together on Zoom and we'll pick a model or a strategy from one of my lectures, and we'll do some research, and then we'll reconvene in a couple days and share what we've learned. And then one of us will go ahead and write up some sample code in Python, and then another person will take that sample code, run some tests using something like Excel or R, and we'll just see how the code might fare on a competition date. And then based on our testing, we'll go back and tweak the code and give it one more test to make sure that it's going to perform in a manner that we expect. And then we'll go ahead and submit and hope for the best. I would say right off the bat, the first thing that we learned as a team is that writing a successful trading algorithm is definitely no walk in the park. Through this competition, my team has learned how better to manage our time, both collaboratively in our Zoom meetings and personally in our development. We've learned a lot about market microstructure, exchanges, and various trading strategies through our development in this competition. And a couple strategies that we have implemented are a market maker strategy and a MACD and Bollinger Band strategy. Something that's really exciting and realistic about the Shift environment is that it offers rebates when you provide liquidity. So we were able to implement a market maker strategy that provides liquidity with limit orders and nets a small profit crossing the bid-ask spread. We've been able to rack up some of these rebates to help our returns. We're now learning more about risk management and inventory models so that we can perfect our market maker strategy. We've learned about creating moving averages and standard deviations and using these to produce some intelligent buy-sell signals. And I think the last thing that my team would like to take away from this competition is we'd like to learn how best to combine strategies so that we can use more than one set of logic to make an informed trade. And we're hoping to maybe combine our MACD and Bollinger Band strategy with our market maker strategy so that we can manage the inventory that we accumulate with our market maker strategy better, and hopefully find more success in the tail end of this competition. I think that the organizers of this competition had some really good foresight. They structured the competition in such a way that was very conducive to group work as well as virtual work. So the changes that were brought to both Stevens at home and the larger US university system didn't have as significant an impact maybe as the greater learning experience may have had at Stevens. I know my group is able to get together on Zoom. Stevens very graciously gave all of its students the full subscription to Zoom, so we're no longer capped at the 40-minute time limit. And the competition organizers gave every team a virtual machine hosted at Stevens. So each group member just needs VPN access, and really from anywhere with an internet connection, we're able to develop, run, and test our code. We collaborate using Git, and we push and pull code throughout the week. We send each other messages in our competition Slack chat to give a heads up to go ahead and pull the new contents of the repository. And I would say overall we have been functioning very efficiently despite being remote. Some unique challenges that were brought to my team is that two of us are on the East Coast and one of our group members is in California. So we have a little time difference there, which has made scheduling for meetings interesting. But something that's been a plus side to that is that us on the East Coast are able to develop until we go to bed, and then we'll shoot a text to our buddy on the West Coast, and he can pick up where we left off and develop until it's time for him to go to bed. So we really get a nice long day of developing for our strategies. So I would say that my team is coping very well with the changes that COVID-19 have brought. I think that in many ways, the switch to virtual has impacted productivity, both in learning and in undertaking this competition. But I've definitely seen an uptick in productivity both personally and in my group work as people become more acclimated to some of these applications like Zoom, Slack, and Discord. I know for myself, I make sure that I'm constantly refreshing Canvas to make sure that I don't have any surprises popping up in terms of assignments, and just make sure to read all the emails in my inbox, which is probably a good practice that I should have been implementing before the move to virtual, and it's something that I'll want to take away from this change. I definitely am staying on top of all of my due dates and assignments, maybe even more diligently than before, just because now I'm not interfacing with my peers as often to hear reminders about assignments that are popping up. So I think that overall we can see this as a positive because it'll make all of us more independent and able to function better, just relying on all of the resources that each of us have available. Since moving back home, I've taken more time to focus on my health and fitness. This is something that I've always been passionate about, but sometimes struggled to find time for due to the structured class schedule and more rigid deadlines of on-campus learning. But with the new virtual format, I'm able to watch my lectures on Zoom at times that are most convenient for me, and I found that a lot of my assignment deadlines have become more fluid. So what this means is that I'm able to get up and exercise first thing in the morning, tune into a lecture as soon as I'm ready, and then maybe play video games with my friends and share a screen on Zoom to watch a show on Hulu, and then work on assignments throughout the night and submit them when I'm ready in the morning. I would say that overall the change to virtual has missed my friends on campus a bit. I definitely miss Hoboken, I miss hanging out in this city, but I'm definitely finding more time to do the things that I'm passionate about, and I hope that I'll carry that back over once we are on campus again. I think that a key takeaway from this virtual learning experience is that there really is enough time in the day to do it all. I've found that when I start my day by doing all the things that make me happy, I approach my schoolwork with more energy and enthusiasm and overall a higher level of productivity. So I hope that all Stevens students will make an effort to do the things that they enjoy first thing in the morning, whether it's exercising or watching that show or just making a nice big cup of coffee. I hope that everyone is enjoying their time at home and staying safe and staying healthy, and I hope to see all of you again in the fall.